If we've got a book of Medicare clients, well, guess what? They also need long-term care. They need life insurance. They need retirement income planning. They need Social Security planning. So get really good at one. When you kind of got that on autopilot and you can do that in your sleep, add another one.
That's good.
And all of a sudden you've got a one-stop shop for your clients, and they don't need to go anywhere else, because you know what? They're going to buy those products, and they're either going to buy them from you, or they're going to come down the street and buy them from me, and I'm going to take the business away from you that you've already placed there.
Hey, welcome back to the CA Power Players Podcast, live every single Tuesday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Today, I've got a special guest, someone we've done a lot with in the past. He's been to a bunch of events. We've done webinars together and YouTube interviews together, but he hasn't been on the Power Player Podcast yet. So I'm excited to welcome Mr. Ron Ray to the Power Player Podcast.
What's up, Cody?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Dude, I appreciate you, everything you've done. I appreciate our friendship, our relationship. You're someone that's helped a lot of agents that watch our be with Medicare, or your popular annuity course, transitioning from Medicare to. Were you always someone that was just super successful right out of the gate, or did it take some time?
Oh, no, it took time. Yeah, it took time. I did not follow your path, Cody, going out there making six figures in the first year. Yeah, no, I did it the hard way. And I took the hard way.
Sure. Yeah.
Still do it the hard way. I think I haven't quite learned my lessons yet. So yeah, no, it was not easy. And I like to tell that story too, because I don't want agents to, get discouraged if they're not, overnight superstars. And
correct.
It can happen. You know how our friend Galen Hendricks likes to say she's a 35-year overnight success.
Exactly.
And I'll get there one of these days.
Well, you have been super successful. You're doing a lot. You've done a lot. You've accomplished a lot. What would you say to someone that's out there that's like, okay, I don't know that I should ever learn anything else. I should just keep doing what I'm doing and do it well. What would you say to that?
I that's fine. And if you're fulfilled doing that, that's good.
Good.
Most people, though, it's human nature. You're not going to be fulfilled forever doing the same thing over and over and over again. There's a small percentage of people that can be perfectly fulfilled just doing one thing and one line of business or one occupation forever, doing it the same way day in, day out, and they're perfectly satisfied and content, and that's great. I'm not one of those people, and I think the majority of humans are not like that.
Yeah. Were you ever like that, or have you always been, just always wanting to do more and learn more and push for more?
Yeah, always learning. Yeah, always learning. Even in my previous law enforcement career, that's my background, where I came from before I got into insurance, was always going out and doing something else. Even if my department didn't send me to the training, I was taking time off and paying out of pocket to go to training and get new skills. And
I love that.
Eventually, became an instructor and went to go work at the academy and passing that on, same as I'm doing now in the insurance business. Talked
Well, and thank you for your service as a police officer, by the way. I appreciate that a lot. You mentioned, we talked about this before. What would you say is the best, because I'm about to get into like holistic retirement planning and some of the fun stuff you're doing. What was one or two things that you picked up from law enforcement that you brought into this career? Because a lot of people come from different careers, right? So I want to give them a different variation. It takes something that they previously knew to help them in this career, because we got a bunch of new agents that are coming in that are new to the industry or aren't in it yet. What are a couple of relation to that?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'll answer your question, but first I'm going to tell you what I brought with me that I thought would be an asset, but didn't actually work out. Was I thought, I've got people skills. I can be a salesman and I can persuade people to do things that they should be doing, and thought that would translate well to the insurance business. But the fact is, it's a little bit different because, in law enforcement, I can always let you have the last word because I've got the last action. Well, it doesn't really work in sales quite that way. So I was a little bit surprised by that. But I tell you what I brought with me that's very important in insurance or any kind of sales, and that's a thick skin. I've been called every name in the book, and some names you've probably never heard before, and it just rolls right off your back nowadays. And you've got to have that. You've got to have that ability to just kind of roll with the punches and have that thick skin and not get offended. It's not personal.
Yeah.
Those people that are hanging up on you on the phone, they don't know you. You just caught them at a bad time.
Totally. Yeah. It is a good point too, because in this business, it's not easy. It's part of the game. Having just continuing to push forward and move forward is really important. When it comes to holistic retirement planning, I know you're helping seniors with like 4 different parts of their retirement, whether it be insurance or whether it be wealth or whether it be, home. You've really built something pretty special with Homestead. You're really helping people in multiple different ways. It's almost like a one-stop shop, if you will, for seniors, right? I mean, I was talking to my attorney yesterday about like some stuff he's doing to kind of mimic some of the things that you're talking about. Why did you end up going down that road, and what is that as you get after it? I like the mug, by the way. Yes, that's good.
No motivation here, Cody. Just get up and get after it.
That's it, man. That's right. Why did you end up adding some of these other silos, if you will? Because you built a successful insurance operation, doing a large chunk of revenue in the insurance space, and now you've really expanding and adding, and it's cool to see.
Yeah. So a couple of reasons. One is, as we spoke before, I'm not really content just to do the same thing over and over again. Right. I get bored really easy. I get bored and I get distracted. And so if I get really good at one thing, I get bored and I want to go do something else. So get real good at insurance. A lot of agents will do that. They'll get real good at insurance, and they're selling, Medicare supplements, say, and they'll say, well, I'm really good at this and I've got all this money. So what am I going to do? And what a lot of them do, they go start dabbling in real estate or crypto or something else, when you've built this book of business and you're really successful and you've got all these customers that already like you and they're doing business with you and they're already giving you money. Why not just add another product for them? Right. So you've got this, you call them silos. That's kind of the new catchphrase, right? For we used to call it a vertical, these different verticals that you can sell.
Yeah. Just
bring them together and integrate them into one master plan. So if we've got a book of Medicare clients, well, guess what? They also need long-term care. They need life insurance. They need retirement income planning. They need Social Security planning. So get really good at one. When you kind of got that on autopilot and you can do that in your sleep, add another one.
That's good.
And all of a sudden you've got a one-stop shop for your clients, and they don't need to go anywhere else, because you know what? They're going to buy those products, and they're either going to buy them from you or they're going to come down the street and buy them from me, and I'm going to take the business away from you that you've already placed there.
Yes.
Right? So just keep them in-house. I mean, we're keeping them in-house for everything.
That's awesome.
And, I even, I've not wanted to do this for a long time because it's not something that's kind of in my wheelhouse, but we even added PNC. I got my PNC license last month, and we're doing that. So all of my clients have cars and houses, and they all have to be insured. And so why am I sending them down the road to the PNC shop when I can just help them right here?
Yeah. It's a different way of thinking. It's a more business approach than just like a salesperson approach, right? Which I've always respected about you and everything you're doing. When you think about What are those 4 different verticals for those that are kind of curious of like how they could maybe eventually implement this in their insurance practice?
Yeah. So if you're working with seniors in any way, whether it's final expense or Medicare Advantage or gosh, even mortgage protection or PNC, PNC is probably not a good example. We'll leave that out for now.
Sure.
But if you're working primarily in senior market, it's going to be first health. That's the easiest way to get in the door with Medicare because they've got this sense of urgency that's placed on them, not by you as a salesman, but by the federal government. They've got this decision they have to make when they turn 65, and they need help with that. They want help with that. So health, Medicare, that's it. That's the door opener. That's the easy one. That's the low-hanging fruit, the easy in. And then to that, you add legacy planning. They all want to leave money on to their beneficiaries, right? So add life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You could do small final expense policies, which are pretty easy and make you good income really quickly. Or you can add more complicated life planning, with indexed universal life or whole life funding, or even annuities for certain types of asset transfers on the legacy side. And then along with that is longevity. People are living longer than ever before. They're likely 70% of all people age 65 or older right now are going to need some form of long-term care. And they're all really scared of that because they know how expensive it is.
Yeah.
They've got their parents in a nursing home right now, or they've got them at home. They've been taking care of them. And so that's a very good opportunity. And then finally, none of that really matters if they don't have enough money to retire on anyway. So that's where the retirement income planning comes in. Yeah, using annuities and life insurance for income planning.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And you've always done a phenomenal job of annuities, which I know a lot of agents seem to struggle with. You used to write a lot of annuities?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
What's some production examples, maybe last year or a recent month or a week or a deal that you can like talk through?
Well, this month, February is typically my slowest month, just historically over the years. And the reason is because we do seminars. And so seminars are kind of slower back in the holidays around Thanksgiving and Christmas. So then that makes February kind of a slow month. But I've done, let's see, this month to date, we've done it's not too bad, 365,000 in new assets this month.
Boom.
Yeah. In our slowest month.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Say someone wanted to learn how to pivot and cross-sell into annuities. I know you've done an amazing job of training reps over the years when it comes to, hey, I'm selling this and I really want to also find and locate money. And we've talked about some of this before. What's some of the tips that you can share for somebody that's newer out there that's like, man, I don't even know how to spell annuity. Maybe we should start there. But
yeah, that's a good place to start. Learn about them.
Yeah.
Don't kill yourself trying to learn every little thing, ins and outs and indexes and par rates and cap. You don't need to learn all that. It's important to know, but that's not the first thing you need to know. The first thing you know is how to ask questions and uncover those opportunities. Everybody that I talk to gets a full fact finder. I'm asking 4 pages of questions, whether that's on a Medicare supplement appointment or a final expense appointment or whatever. They're getting a full needs assessment, and we're asking those questions and uncovering those opportunities. If you just ask the right questions, the clients will tell you what they want.
Yeah. What's an easy question that's a softball question that anybody could use and process? And is it that simple? Just have courage enough to ask a couple questions.
Yeah. That's the biggest hang up. The biggest problem I have when I'm coaching agents is getting them to ask the questions. There's this fear that if I ask too many questions, if I pry, if I try to dig in too deep, the client's going to get offended and walk away, when that's really just not the case. If you set it up properly, sincerely set it up as this is a needs assessment. I need to get to know you. I'm doing some due diligence that's required by the state insurance rules. And this is why I'm doing it. This is who I am. I'm not just a Medicare supplement salesman. I'm actually a holistic retirement planner.
Mm.
And I need to ask you a few questions. Are you okay with that? And they always say yes.
Yeah.
And then the one best question I can probably give you is, if you've uncovered some money through whatever form of questioning you use, and you find a basket of money, you just ask them simply this one question: is this money to live on or to pass on?
Mm.
And they're going to give you an answer, one or the other. And regardless of what the answer is, you've got a solution for it. You've got a solution. If they need to live on it, well, you've got an income product. If they need to pass it on, you've got an accumulation and transfer product.
That's simple too, but it makes so much sense because it gives you like some next sense of direction as to where you should pivot.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not. It's a easy question to answer, but it's not really a closed-ended question. It's not a yes or no.
Correct.
I mean, it's, I need it to live on. They're going to give you an answer in the affirmative.
Yep.
And
which answer do you get? Which answer do you?
Yeah, I usually get a combination.
Okay.
And the answer usually goes, well, we want to pass on some, but we're going to spend as much as we want to. And if there's any left over for our kids, that's great. The majority of the time, that's the answer they're going to give you.
Yep.
And guess what? That gives you even more of an opportunity to do some planning for them.
Yes. And also one question I had too. I love the holistic retirement planner approach. Can any agent call them that? Do they need to be licensed?
Well, I would I'm going to hedge a little bit here and say I think so, but check your local
Cool.
regs. But yeah, so you're not calling yourself a financial advisor. You're not calling yourself a certified financial planner. I'm just a holistic retirement planner. And where I'm at in the state of Texas, it's not a regulated term, so you can say that. Some states may have some weird rules, but everybody that I've talked to that has wanted to use a title like that has been perfectly able to. And I'll say something about titles is I'm an insurance agent.
Yeah.
I don't try to hide what I do with a phony title.
That's
but
good.
I've packaged what I do into this package of holistic retirement planning.
Yep. You bring up a good point because most agents do tend to like try to make it sound like they're from somewhere they're not, or they do something they don't, or they sell something that they don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is that the case, by the way? Is it like we're just looking for the easy?
Yeah, I think it's, I think there's some kind of false stigma attached to insurance agents, salesmen in general, that is undeserved and really probably unreal. It's false.
Yeah.
You know, what's the how does Nate describe it when he thought insurance agent was the greasy haired guy at church?
Yeah, I forget how he describes it, but yes, it's not sexy, that's for sure.
We got to get him to quit saying that because it's passing on.
That's right. That's right.
But that's what a lot of people think. I don't want to. I'm not an insurance. I got to come up with something fancier than that because I don't like insurance agents calling me, so I don't want to be one of those either. But man, you provide an important service, and
That's
there's
right.
no reason ever to hide what you do or to put that behind a veil of a phony title.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you still helping agents with some of the products and services that you do?
Yeah. Still do a little bit of one-on-one coaching and have the annuity course that's still going. And
I love it. This is those that don't know Ron Ray. Okay, this dude's the money man. He's the Medicare guy. He's the phenomenal at transferring and helping people transfer successfully into annuity sales from products that you're already selling. Your course was it transitioning from Medicare to annuities?
Yeah, that's just the title, Medicare to annuity.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, so it kind of takes everything that I've just talked about as being a holistic retirement planner, and you know, it's in the context of an annuity sale, but you could say Medicare to life or final expense to Medicare. It's all about packaging that needs assessment, that fact finder, and filling all your clients' needs in one session.
How would someone go about learning more about that?
About the course, go to theronray.com.
I like it. theronray.com. That's easy too. Like I don't know how someone can't remember and type that in and go there, right? That's good.
Yep.
Yeah. How else? But say they wanted to schedule time with you or learn more about you or plug into all the things that you have going on. Still this.
Yeah. So there's actually a special for one-on-one coaching that is included with the annuity course. But if you want to just schedule some time with me just to kind of ask me some questions or maybe get some coaching outside of the course, just hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and that's how most people find me.
Boom. I love it. Anything else as we close this thing out today?
No, man, I just appreciate everything you do, and look forward to seeing you in Dallas. And
that's right.
And in the summer, and keep up to the good work, man.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Thank you so much for being on the Power Player Podcast. Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're going to love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there. There's some people that join the industry and they just kind of dabble, right? They just kind of work. They just kind of buy leads. They just kind of make calls. They just kind of make sales. They just kind of make money, and then they end up at 92%.